Take a chip, take a chip, take a chip, take a chip now. Hey, shake it, hip, shake it, hip, shake it, hip, shake it, hip.
Ozzy. Ooh. Dylan. That document when I win Ryan, you know? Yeah, Ryan. Still going down.
Yo, are you seriously?
Oh yeah,
Guys,
for sure,
come on
for
up.
sure.
We're gonna give instruction and then we're gonna set you loose. Okay? Okay, so this is what you're gonna build today. Fairly simple. You're gonna pressurize it with stop air after you've done all the welding. Follow the blueprint. You'll notice these have got to be located properly. The iron worker is already set up to punch the holes here. Okay, so you've got to do a little bit of layout. There's 2 hammers down there. There's center punches down there. There's also stamps down there because you have to put your student ID in that location on the plate. Put it in the wrong location, I'm going to take marks off. If it's not there, I'm not marking it. Okay, so stamp that before you start putting stuff together. Again, there's some stamps down there, so you can get at that. So basically what you're doing, we've got those 6 pieces of steel. You're going to tack them all together. You're going to tack them together corner to corner like that. It's going to be square. Then you're going to read through your instructions here. Okay, so let me read through. Pick up your pieces, clean all edges as needed using your grinder, wire brush, whatever you want to do. Okay, so clean up all your pieces. Refer to print, lay out and punch 2 holes. That's these holes here. So you're going to punch those. Fit your plates with them edge to edge, keeping everything square. Tack weld using 60-10, 1/8 diameter electrodes. I'll get out the 60-10 electrodes. They're in the cabinet there. After you've done that, stop and show for evaluation. Okay? If you miss that point, you're going to lose marks. I'm going to mark you for safety, proper use of tools. So after we dismiss from this area, anybody without their glasses on immediately is going to lose marks. You're going to tell me what booth you're in as soon as we get rolling here. If your booth is left dirty, you're going to lose marks. Okay? Stuff like that.
So do you want us to show you after the well packed up? You want the nipples back down too?
No, I'd leave the nipples till last because it would do the TIG last. Refer to your print. Make sure that you're doing the right ends with the process that's called for. Okay, if you get that wrong, you're going to lose marks. All right, so you're going to get that evaluated. Then you're going to weld a 60-10 root pass on all 1/4-inch plates. Clean by grinding, wire wheel, whatever you want to do, your wire brush. After it's cleaned, then you're going to get it evaluated again. Okay? Finish welding one end with gas metal arc welding. You're going to refer to the print, see which end that is. Make sure you get the right end. You see how the holes are different here? If I call for MIG there and you don't do MIG there, you just lost all the marks you could have had. One end's going to be MIG, one end's going to be stick. Refer to the print to find out which is which. You can weld with whatever process you want in here, your final weld. I didn't specify. Okay? It could be 70-18 or it could be all with MIG. All right?
It's gonna be fun.
When you do your final welds, no grinding allowed on the final welds. None at all. Touch it with a grinder, you're gonna lose marks. big marks. I'm going to take all mine. If it's worth 10, I'll give you 0 if you touch it with a grinder. You can use a wire brush, wire wheel, that's no problem, okay? Weld the nipples last, as shown in the print. So this is going to be a TIG weld, okay? And then we're going to pressure test it. Pressure testing alone is worth 30%. If there's any kind of leak, you get 0. There's no half marks. No, a little leak isn't 2 marks off, it's 0. Okay, what I would suggest, every time you do something that you're going to put under pressure, like I would never start welding here and stop there. I would always do my welds through the corners. When you do your 60-10 pass, I would suggest you do that. Make sure your stops and starts. Remember, you can do grinding on your 60-10 pass all you want. It's the last welds you cannot grind on. Your weld is going to have to come, it's got to be fit edge to edge like I've got here. And when you put your final weld on, it's going to come right up to that edge. You're going to have no undercut, overlap, anything like that. Okay? Sound good? Okay, so there's some, if you want to use these pads or these for buffing your pieces up to prep them, you can do that. All right? Any questions? Okay, so everybody got their print. There's a couple of you that didn't get your print yet, so come on and get it. Come back to me as soon as you know what booth you're in, and I'm going to mark you down here on what booth you're in.
Oh.
Okay?
Cool.
Came too late to the party.
Ah,
Hey, pussy.
out.
George? 60. Taylor?
19.
Okay.
24.
24. Yep.
12.
Timon, you're in 12.
Is it recording? Is it recording?
Oh, it is.
Wait, why is it black on your screen? Oh, there it is. I was like, wait, that's true. Wait, how much data you got? Six minutes.
Got this. Josh, are you taking a risk? Are you taking a risk with those? Oh yeah, I got to document where Ryan lose. Who we got this?
Who?
The where we?
It was over there besides the rods.
Okay. 60 turns. Wire wheel. Feel like I might need more. Take a look at this print. Okay. Gonna be doing TIG work. Get my shit set up. What else? I'm forgetting something. I'm getting ready to destroy Ryan in his competition. I'm excited. But yeah, time to get the efforts. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is grind off the sharp edges. That'll get cut. So we had a tank to build, and just like what the teacher said earlier, and we're gonna have to put it on the pressure and make sure that it doesn't leak, so all our well must be like really well. So I got this L bracket that I have standing upright, and I tacked it on the outside, which was a rookie mistake, I should say. It was really stupid of me, because if I welded on the outside, even though it would stay in full, like in place, when I placed the plates against it, it wouldn't have sat flush against the bracket. So I had to do it on the inside, so I can have outside being really smooth, flat, or flush, so everything could like fit up really properly. So this is the small jib that I put together really quick, so I can get my things working in order. While I was like struggling doing all this, I should have taken a second look at my blueprints just to make sure that, okay, what I'm about to do, you know, was correct, instead of like having to like waste more time. But you're gonna see the exact moment where I kind of messed up and realized that, you know, despite me really being focused, I was doing shit. So after I realized that I actually made that mistake, and like, you know, quickly broke them apart and like grind them down to make sure that they were smooth, you know, I have to put it back all together the correct way. And yeah, I felt, you know, like this way. After I realized what was happening, I was like, okay, back on board. My mind was on it. I was actually really thinking, you know, instead of just going through the motion. But yeah, things started coming to me. But those 60-10 rods that we were using, they were really dry. Like, there was another mistake that I made that really, it wasn't really a big deal since I ended up grinding them down to the finishing passes and stuff like that. But when I was tacking them together, what I should have done was, instead of tacking them right at the edge, I should have tacked them like an inch down at most, so I could have like a really smooth, clean well when I actually do some passes on the side there. You know, even though it wouldn't have really like done better, but just for, you know, sealing cases. So I make sure that it's all welded and had a perfect seal, but nevertheless it still worked on these, so I'm not gonna dwell too much on that. But like it's actually easy to weld with the 6010s because they really spark like that, especially using the new rods. Like restarting welds with 6010s are annoying, especially when the filler falls off, or the the coating falls off, and you have the material in the metal. So another problem that I was having, maybe I need more practice with it, but it's keep my hand steady, so what I do is I keep my finger, like my gloves in the project, and my thumb is actually right next to the arc, just to guide it to make sure it stays where it needs to be, and it gets really hot. Like my gloves get super hot. With all the electricity flowing through it, was super hot. I could even feel like the heat if I kept my hand on it too long. And yeah, that's why instead of like holding it anymore, I put it down. I put my hand like on the base plate that we're using. I like this project. It was small, it was quick. In total, I think it took me 2 hours or 3. Well, we had breaks. We had like a break in between the time. But it was nice. It was not bad. there was a part that I didn't show because after I switched, because I did all my tacking with the what do we call it? The 6010s. I did all my tacking with the 6010s, and I made a weld from about 1.5 or 2 inches going around the corners, just to make sure that I got those in one go, so they seamlessly go across and you have like a better chance of no leaks on the edges. I did those, and after that I used the 7010 rods. They're lighter in color than the 6010s, and I did that one because those look nice when you want to bead. I used those to do my finishing pass over, and after I got those down, I went over to the MIG, because you have to do half and half. So 2 sides were all 70/18, and the other 2 sides were all done in MIG. So that's what I did, but I didn't show that part in this whole video. And then now to end it off, we did some TIG, and we had some nipples, some piping that we had to put over those 2 holes that I punched. Which, if I was thinking, I would have gotten some footage of that, but I had my GoPro set up in the booth. I didn't move it from where it was until until it was finished. I didn't get any footage of the leak test either, which would have been so good. The smallest hole I've got. I'll tell you exactly where it was that I made a mistake. Okay, so while doing the TIG, I tacked each area on the nipples, and I was welding really good. I tried, after I was going on, I was like, you know, getting my timer right now, dabbing, going around. I was like, you know what, I feel like I could walk the cup. So I tried doing a little walk in the cup, but I wasn't getting the motion right. But you know, I was getting there. Then after I put on the first pipe, the first nipple, right then I went to the second one. Like my oh my goodness. After I put on the second one and I was working on the after I placed the first one on and I went to the second one and I was moving around, the whip kept hitting on the first nipple, the first piping right there, and I just couldn't work around, and I said, you know, let me switch it around and then, you know, try to get it from a different angle. And that was working for a while until it wasn't, and I said, you know what, let me just run the heat over this area again. I just added some extra fill, but I couldn't do too much passes over it. I did one pass. I feel like I could have managed to put a second one, but I didn't want to take the chance that they were too big, because I think the wells all had a specific height that they were supposed to meet. I didn't want to go over it, but I had the smallest hole. And I did the pressure test, and I saw two bubbles, like literally, like, you know, like it was, oh my goodness, it was the smallest hole.
Yeah. So despite coming here doing so well, in good timing, my wells nice and everything, I still lost on my rival Ryan. So I went to do the leak test. I failed.
I believe in the strength.
So what you got after the 3 o'clock?
This one was mine. Got a leak right here. It's Let's go, Yash. Going over to the gym? Huh? You going over to the gym?
I don't know.
Failure. What's happening? What's happening?
Your stick welding orders.
What's happening?
This is the only place that has anything welding related to all over here.
Okay. And you got to keep it square the entire time. And the airtight.
That one there is probably around $500. We got the largest viewing area of any helmet on the market today.
Is it?
But aren't those threaded holes to put in the two valves, one for pressure?
Is it really the largest?
Pressure, right? Okay.
But you know the beauty about this one though is, and same as their other helmets.
Yeah, I saw the blueprints real quick,
Filter
but
fits on there without it
I didn't
interfering with
get
your
to break it
helmet.
down to see what it looked
Because a lot of the helmets they come.
I'm gonna come over
to
and
flush
check.
right now. You can't wear that.
Yeah, I adjusted mine just.
Oh, this gun's. Yeah, put that. Yo, look at that.
Try pro.
Damn, look at that. That's so nice, bro.
So make sure you do it.
She got 100? God. I don't know. I think it's this one is free.
Quentin, let's go, bro, Quentin. You can get rowdier if you want, but there's no point.
Welded! Better than plumbing! Look at them, so short.
They should give it to me, sucker. Yo, I feel bad for you. I said I wonder how much those cost. We'll sell them for some money.
They casted them.
What the
They
fuck?
cast them here at school. They make them at school.
He should have made us make them.
Trust me, they're super cheap.
You make a middle last year? What the fuck? You fucking $50. Fucking not treating us bulky, bro. Oh, you man!
Oh, I want to see Quentin's ice.
What?
I want to see Quentin's ice.
Ice?
Yeah, his jewelry.
Quentin, jewelry? Quentin!
Let me see the ice. Let me see the
They give me 2 chains.
You guys go over and see Steve now. He's got stuff.
Okay.
You got food?
Not all of us.
Oh, I still want to see.
Yeah, I just love this bag there.
Yash.
Get in line. Your first stop. Yeah, I gotta take some pictures of you guys.
Bronze. Okay, silver.
Yeah.
There you go. This is your stuff right here.
Hey.
And also those were from Air Liquide. So, know where it's coming from. First prize.
That's awesome. Getting you a hat. No, you can take all those home. I don't mind, us splitting and shit. I got you.
Put it all back in the bag.
I've actually wanted to buy a new one to mine with.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
So there's enough space, finally. There you go.
Bags on bags.
Get the picture, fam. Get the picture. Come on.
Where's yours?
Go like this. Come on. Stick up the peace sign,
I
He's so lost. He's so lost.
Yeah, come on, Quentin. Let me help you with that. I have a bag.
Casino.
That's a sick ass one though.
Oh, I like these on the outside is nice.
Oh yeah, I like them on the outside.
Yeah, they're like you can like adjust it without putting the helmet up.
Is there, what's this?
And that's the sensitivity on that side. That's sweet.
Last year's prizes were pathetic compared to the ones this year.
First place is legit. It's like a whole fucking kit of stuff.
That one, yeah.
That's awesome.